All right, what is going on, everyone? Sorry, I've been away from this channel for a couple of days, but let's do a little bit of a market update, checking out Luna Classic, USTC, and some other coins that I have been speaking about. Just quickly, if you want to come and check me out over on Twitter, that would be much appreciated. There's a picture of Floki, and we will be talking about that. But over on Twitter, there's a link down there in my description. I've been talking about a bunch of coins. Daffy is one of them. Sorry, I have this tab thing, so it doesn't take so much of my CPU up, but Tap, XTP, Vela, and Daffy, I've spoke about all of those on my channels, on my Twitter, and they have all done really, really well. So if you want to come and follow me and get this alpha as quickly as possible, follow me on Twitter. The link is down there in the description. And also, I have a link to my Patreon where you can talk to me directly. And of course, I put all of my ideas out there when they pop into my brain. But first of all, let's check out Terra Classic. Today, up 4%, 0.0001761, a market cap of over $1 billion. So Luna Classic is still holding up very, very well. We have had this market pump, and of course, Terra Classic is lagging behind Bitcoin and that sort of stuff, but still doing relatively well in my eyes. Of course, you know that we were buying down there in the pits, and now, in my opinion, it's just a buy and hold situation. Hopefully, we can get some big monumental moves, but again, it's going to be hard to move a $1 billion market cap 100x, right? That's going to be a hard thing to do, but I don't think it's a bad idea for me to have a little bit of exposure to this coin. Now, on top of that, we also have USTC, which I am excited about the peg proposal, the repegging, right? Now, is it possible? I don't know. Do I think they're going to do it? It's going to be very, very hard to do. But a little bit of exposure, again, for something that could go from 3 cents to $1, in my opinion, is worth it, right? Probably won't, but if there's a small % chance that it will, I think it's good to have a little bit of exposure. The market cap of USTC sitting at 300 million today, and of course up around 5%. Now the overall market, like I said, is up, right? We're up 8% in the overall market, which is huge. That's close to $100 billion. That's a wild number, right? Remember the highs that we had were around 3 trillion, and now we're sitting at around 1 trillion. So there's definitely still a lot more room for these markets to grow. We got Bitcoin up 10% in the last 24 hours, Ethereum up 8%, both of which have been doing very well, which I have been dollar cost averaging into a lot when the market was very, very scared, right? Now we're back into greed right now over on the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. So this isn't a time or a day for me to be buying things like that. I'm waiting now to see what happens. If anything, taking some profits from where we are right now is something that I would suggest people start to think about if you want to protect your downside and you want to stay unemotional in this market. If you don't want to take profits and you want to hold, that's perfectly fine, but you may feel some emotion if the price drops down. Now, if we do jump back over to the Bitcoin chart here, we can see down here, 15,800, right? That seems to be the bottom that we've put in so far. Now, in the last bear market, 2018 to 2020, we revisited the bottom, which was around $3,000 a number of times. Bitcoin actually pumped 300% in that time, and we still came down to revisit it. So be careful, right? Be prepared for this to happen. We don't know yet if this is the start of another bull run, right? I have this marked out on my chart here, 25,200, which is a line of resistance that we haven't managed to break since we started really falling down here. We still haven't broken that, so in my opinion, a new trend has not started yet, and I will consider a new trend starting if we see a similar pattern play out to what we saw here, up here, if not higher up in these $30,000 region. I have no doubt in my mind that we could move up to the $30,000 region because there's just been so much pain recently, but I still think that there are high chances that we come down to retest this 15.6, potentially lower, but we'll have to wait to find out what happens there. Now, if we do zoom in on the chart a little bit more into our 4-hour chart, we can see we had a perfect retest of this point here that I drew on the chart a few days ago. It was a heavy resistance here. We did manage to break it and then retest and get about 11% gain there. So if you did want to trade over on BitGet, you can get up to a $10,000 deposit bonus, and some of the altcoins that I have been speaking about recently, they have started to list here because BitGet, I spoke to the team yesterday, and they actually want to push their spot market. They want to be giving people the opportunity to get in these gems as early as possible. I thought Vela was a gem a few weeks ago. I still think it is now. It's a perpetual decentralized trading DEX. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know. But I think there's a lot of potential here, and BitGet are trying to give people the opportunity to get into these. So if you do want to trade on BitGet, the links are down there in my description, but of course, be safe with leveraged out there. Now, on top of that, we have the DXY still trending upwards. Now, this might be worrying for the market. So still, we have Bitcoin not breaking the $25,000 region. We have the DXY continuing to trend upwards. And we have the crypto greed and fear index moving into greed, right? So these are all points in my mind that may be pointing to a pullback. So don't get overly euphoric now. Just be calm. Don't trade with any emotion. Now, on top of that, why is the market moving upwards, right? This is something that you guys probably want to know. Of course, we had the January CPI inflation rate slowing to 6.4, but the monthly inflation rate rose by 0.5. Now, that kind of seems like a bad thing, right? Well, overall, 6.4% inflation is absolutely terrible. And inflation rising by 0.5% is also terrible. But this 6.4% is better than it was before. The year over year is getting better. So people are starting to get excited in these markets. Now, of course, the overall equities markets aren't moving in the same way Bitcoin is, only up around 0.5% to 1% yesterday. And I'm hoping that the market opens fiercely today. Some of those Bitcoin miners that I was talking about a few months ago that I was dollar cost averaging into, they're all in profit now after those dollar cost averaging, but hopefully we get some massive pumps on those, which would be very, very nice to see. And with that said, there is some other stuff happening in this market. So Elon Musk tweeted yesterday, the new CEO of Twitter is amazing. This is why I want to pay attention to meme coins in this space, because they can pump out of nowhere, right? So we have this coin, right? We have this dog, sorry. This is a Shiba Inu dog. It is also the face of Dogecoin, not this one in particular, but the face, right? And then also the name of this dog, Elon Musk's dog, is Floki. Those are 3 meme coins, right? We got Floki up 65% today from that tweet, right? So this is why we stay paying attention in this market, because anything can happen, right? I was saying it on my main channel. I think that the Elon Musk narrative is definitely a thing. If he comes out and says something about Dogecoin, in my opinion, it's going to fly. So having some exposure to Dogecoin is a good idea in my mind, right? That's kind of how I see it. But I do see that as an opportunity to lose 100% of my capital at any moment, all right? That's how I see meme coins. With that said, we do also have Dogecoin still lacking behind, right? Only up 4% or 5% today. And Shiba Inu, that's Shiba up 5% and Dogecoin up 3%. So not moving even as much as Bitcoin right now. But again, the Elon Musk narrative may see Dogecoin and these meme coins being pushed further. We'll just have to wait to see. So what I'm ideally looking at is Bitcoin hopefully breaking through 25,200 and then retesting. Now, do I think that this is going to affect the price of Terra Classic? Most likely. If the market continues to trend upwards, I think that Terra Classic and USTC will see some upside momentum because of the amazing community that is here. Now, you guys all love a bit of Luna Classic, right? I love a little bit of Luna Classic, and I think this is great. I think we should continue to be focusing some of our attention on Luna Classic, but also paying attention to the overall market so we can make the very best of any situation that we see. If you do want to stay up to date with the whole market, smash up that like button, hit the subscribe button, come and say hi over on Twitter. I would love to have you guys over there, and I will, of course, see you guys in the next video. A peace.